are joining in take 3. So, yeah, hopefully this will go a bit better than takes 1 and 2. And there will be no disconnects and nothing will go wrong. As is always the hope in ORSA, and it rarely ever comes to fruition, and yeah, players are joining in, so hopefully no one will spontaneously disconnect here.
I have a feeling
hopefully
it's not going to be anyone disconnecting. I think it's just going to be poor quality casting.
that's just a given.
Right, yeah.
Us, all the viewers should expect nothing else from us other than mediocre to poor quality casting. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm
thanks,
casting, so
Tiki Jack giving ORSA his energy in chat. Definitely going to need it in this one, but yeah, we see Waffles is AFK. Please no.
Oh no, not again.
Well,
Oh no.
Zub scored, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Let's see if he moves on this kickoff. He hasn't. I don't. There he's gone.
Oh
no.
Can we like forfeit one of these teams or something?
Can I forfeit?
Yes, I'll solo cast. That'll be fine.
All right. Well,
I'm so confused.
I wager that both teams seem to have continued playing like normal. So I wager, and he's moving now. So I think we should just keep going with this one.
Yeah.
Neither team seems exceptionally phased. I mean, they're used to it at this point, right?
Surely.
It's just how it happens, and on top of that, Zub came in with the early long goal, and so they're already up a goal. Somehow a minute's gone in this one. It feels like much longer than that, because it's been 3 whole games. But regardless, I think it's finally make our way into this game here.
This is our best stream ever.
Definitely best
Aren't
stream.
they all?
Oh no, and Havel beats the man in net to bring it definitely to the best stream ever with a nice little fake and a nice little solo play.
Ooh, yeah, Ramen Noodle just wasn't ready for him to do that, and then Evil Twin got jumping along the wall, and Havel just puts it right between the two. Between the uprights, 3 points. Except non-Rocket League, it's only 1, but still, it's a 2-point lead. Minute and a half gone. Waffles.
Nice save.
Yeah, very good save by Ramen Noodle. Did something nice and quick on that one.
We got Sauce Possum with a nice little 50-50 and demo on Havel, but Waffles is up in the air to take it. It's back down towards Sauce Possum, who's going to take it up and over Zub and down cross, not quite past Havel, down to Ramen Noodle, who knocks it off Evil Twin. A bit of miscommunication there, but it is still up in the air, and it's going to come down in the center, and Sauce Possum can't quite get it past Havel. Solid in the defense there, but he comes across and he's got very little boost. Evil Twin's going to just take it over the top, and it's going to pop down, and Sauce Possum's going to miss it, and Ramen's going to have to catch it. He flicks it over to the other side, takes it across with Waffles, just carrying it in the air a little bit. Havel gets a clear back over the top, but Evil Twin knocks it, but it goes straight to Zub and over the top for Ramen Noodle to make a save, and it pops down there, faking Waffles out. There's no one back in the net, but Evil Twin's got no boost to take it in towards the goal, so they miss an open net due to lack of boost there. That's a really unfortunate play there from the Axles and Allies. Not quite converting that one from 12 characters.
For sure. I mean, we kind of haven't been talking about it really at all, I think, this season, but boost management can be huge in games like this. As we see Waffles flipping back toward that ball with no boost of his own, he's going to take the break and grab the big one and relinquish the ball because of it. But yeah, boost control is huge. Just as huge as that demo is from Evil Twin on Waffles. Kind of shuts down that offensive push.
Nice little knock on top of Havel there. Ramen Noodle doesn't quite get the read from the double touch onto the goal, but It was definitely a close one as it pops back across for Havel to catch it down towards Sauce Possum. Waffle's going to take it up to the midfield again and not quite hit it actually over the top of Ramen Noodles there. Sauce Possum's on his tail and Havel knocks it over towards Sauce Possum, who's now on the other side of the field. Havel gets a touch over the top, just missing the roof. It's going to come back down towards Evil Twin, who knocks it up and on top of the wall. He follows it up himself, but it hits the corner across to Zub, who's following it up himself, knocks it across to Waffles, who's there, beans it over to the crossbar, and Havel knocks it down himself. Sauce Possum with a nice save, and Ramen Noodle with a great clear off to the other side of the field. Axels and Allies holding on, but they do need 2 goals to bring it to overtime, and Zub...
it's still there!
Great little block from Sauce Possum, denying Waffles that angle onto the goal. But the ball's still there in the Axels and Allies half of the field, as the ball just goes across the face of the net there from Havel. Knocks it into the center, and it's in.
What? That's not known.
How did that go in from himself? I think he's followed it up off the wall. What a play!
No, I think it was an own goal here from Sauce. Yeah, Sauce Possum just kind of got up on the wrong side of the ball there. Put the ball between himself and the net instead of putting himself between the ball and the net, and knocks it into his own upper 90. And suddenly it's a 3-0 lead, which with only 35 seconds to go in this one is much more dangerous. That was nearly in as there were no defenders back, but couldn't quite happen. And yeah, 3 goals down, 30 seconds to go. This might be curtains for Axels and Allies in this one.
Oh, Zub. Nice little 50-50 there, but it's still gone into the center and no one's in the goal. Ramen Noodle just has to knock it off Waffles' touch. He's still got the ball. He's going to knock it across, and he's himself couldn't quite fake out Havel there. I don't know if that was intentional, but Havel's got it in the air. He's going to bring it down. It's gone straight up, and Waffles a bit too far to get to that ball. Ramen Noodle just knocks it back, and the winner of the first game is 12 characters.
Yeah, I mean, there was not a ton to say on that one. It was a fairly easy win, it seemed, from 12 characters, putting on 9 shots on the Axels and Allies net. I honestly think the Axels and Allies were a bit lucky to only let in 3 goals in that one, and they only put up 3 shots of their own, so not spectacular job on the offensive end either.
Yeah, well, if the 12 characters played as well as they did this game, which was, well, they played well in the first game, they played well in the game before that, they played well in the game before that. They haven't dropped a game on stream, I don't believe. If they can keep this run up, they're going to do great.
I believe that to amend the stat that I've said a couple times now is they've actually won, I believe it's 4 games in a row now. I think I was saying 3, but they won their last off-stream match, which was against Axels and Allies. It was the forfeit/3v2 match that I was talking about earlier. But yeah, 4 straight wins, aiming for a 5th one here, I think, and it's a spectacular job from them.
Well, I'm sure we'll see a good game as long as Dr. McBoop joins. Oh, he didn't. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wanted to see that happen again, one more time for the viewers, but not to be, as we go into this second match of the last game of ORSA Boost Cup, Match Day 5.
Yeah, and here's a big early chance. It's somehow going to find its way in the back of the net. That is awfully reminiscent of the first goal that Zub scored in the last one. Waffles just gets a little floater there, and defense couldn't quite reach it. Looks like not only did Waffles hit that ball over toward Evil Twin, he also hit his Whiff King Supreme title over there. And Evil Twin just a bit of a miss.
Well, it's still a lead to 12 characters, although we're only 20 seconds in the game. A long time to come back for the Axels and Allies. But 12 characters still have the ball, and it's in the Axels and Allies. Not anymore. It's in the 12 characters side of the field now. Havel has the ball. He's going to pop it over the top of Evil Twin.
Oh, the demo! He doesn't get the ball!
But couldn't quite get to the ball for the second touch, but Sauce Possum does demo him. Still goes into the goal.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a good job by Havel to beat that first defender, and then I don't entirely know if it was intentional, but he did do a very good job of putting himself between the incoming defender and the ball. So instead of getting a piece of the ball, I believe it was Sauce Possum got a piece of Havel and sort of threw off his trajectory and he couldn't get to the ball that he thought he was going to get to. And yeah, 2-0 lead here. Still not even a minute in. It's beginning to look fairly dire for Axles and Allies, I think.
Yeah, it sure is. But I mean, they still have 4 minutes to bring this game back. And the ball is just popping around the side here. No one really getting to open net there. Gets there, but he can't. It's come all the way back down the other side of the field, and Hubble's going to get it clear, take it back wide, and Sauce Possum's going to knock it into the center here, but Zub is there to do the dirty work. Evil Twin just misses that ball, however. Ramen Noodle has to clear it up from his own end of the field. Hubble still knocked it down, and Sauce Possum trying to beat Waffles, which he does. Zub has to clear it out, and Ramen Noodle just pops it up for Evil Twin, who's going to knock this one into the center. Not quite getting there, but no one's back for Axles and Allies. And Evil Twin couldn't get the knock. Havel had no boost, but he still gets to that ball.
Yeah, and that's kind of just... I mean, it might be a side effect of having a relatively new player in a Ramen Noodle, but it was just a full-on offensive commitment from all three players on the Axles and Allies side. And then when they lost that ball, that left them with absolutely no chance to get it back. Because not only did they commit all three of their players, as that's going to find its way in the back of the net, not only did they commit all three of their players to that offensive push, but they also committed all of their boost. And now Evil Twin with a bit of a, not a whiff on that one, but he couldn't quite get his car in the right spot. And yeah, Havel did a good job of positioning his car there just to kind of deflect Evil Twin's block right back into his own net. So very smart play by Havel.
Waffles, I think, with an unintentional demo on Ramen, that is going to set the attacking play. Havel's going to knock it over towards Evil Twin and gets a nice little touch into the center, but Ramen Noodle is there. The score is still 4-0 and 12 characters are up, and now it's 5-0 to 12 characters of the Axles and Allies.
Yeah, and that was just, once again, just a big double commitment there. And then Evil Twin, not having the best of days for sure. Couldn't quite get his car on it, and yeah, it was a bit of unlucky placement as well in terms of it being basically right up against the bar. So Evil Twin struggled to reach it, but the fake, that was dirty. Oh, and he beats another one.
Oh,
Evil Twin saves all of the dignity for Axles and Allies there. That would have just been brutal.
that would have been something to watch. Play of the day for sure from Havel. If that ball just went in, he beat two players but got cleared off the line as the ball's just hovering around on the midfield. And no one's really getting a onto it, as I say so. Knocks into the center, but Zub can't quite get his car there to knock it into the goal. Waffles there to knock it over, and it's popped into the center. Ramen Noodle doesn't quite get to the ball, and Waffles knocked it down. Evil Twin gets a demo on Zub as he's retreating, and Havel has knocked the ball. It comes off to the side, and Sauce Possum gets a little clear. Zub's going to follow it up himself, and it comes off to the side, and Zub knocks it into the center, and Havel's up but can't quite get there. Waffles knocks it over the top. Is anyone there for it? Yes, Havel.
What a save!
Saving the day. Reading that shot from Havel as he knocks it up to halfway, and Zub gets it there. Waffles is going to knock it into the center, and no one's going to go up for the wall, and it's coming across for Zub to knock it as Havel just misses that ball. Comes down, and it's 6-0. 1 minute 37 remaining. Can they do it?
Can Axles and Allies do it? I would be very surprised. Can 12 characters do it? I would be very surprised if they didn't. So, yeah, it's definitely
what happens at the end of this game.
Dominating
as we know, Llama really loves his Brazil as Evil Twin tries to go for it, but he can't quite get there. Ramen Noodle seems to be the only player back. No Evil Twin was there. I stand corrected. Sauce Possum's up onto the wall, gets a knock past Havel, and it's come down to Evil Twin, who can't quite redirect that onto the goal. Sauce Possum tries to hit it backwards, but Zub gets there first. Ramen Noodle's going to knock that over Waffles, and he's going to try and follow it up himself. He gets one touch, knocks back down into the center. Sauce Possum's up, and so is Havel, who gets there first. Evil Twin's going to knock it over the top of Zub, and
all three players are in the exact same spot there. So definitely... Yeah. Communication will need to happen a bit more. I think if Axles and Allies want to, control the rest of their season. This game might be a bit of a write-off, but in the series at this point. But there's definitely a lot of lessons to be learned here in terms of playing as a team, which they have definitely struggled with. Havel is going to get his second save of the game, and that's actually going to push him to a bicycle, or is it a double cycle? I don't remember. One of them's 2-on-1's up. Grabs another one of his own. It's a double cycle. And the bicycles when 2 players. Yeah, there you go. So we saw the bicycle in the last series, but this series, Havel really dominating up top, but at the same time, every player on 12 characters has got at least 2 goals at this point, and as well 5 assists on those 7 goals. So it's been all about the team play, and now it's just one nice Axels and Allies goal away from everybody's favorite Brazil. It might happen here. Noodle can't quite get it done, and yeah, big demo comes out. I still believe in the Brazil. No!
Havel knocks Ramen Noodle off, and it ends 7-0. 12 characters taking it. 4th match on stream, 4th win on stream, and that's 5 games in a row that they've won.
Yeah, I mean that's just. I don't know what it was. Like, really, not much has changed between now and then, other than a certain player leaving the team. But whatever it was has really just brought out the best in these players, and yeah, it's been pretty spectacular. And I think at this point, 5-2, I believe 12 characters is now, and they very well might be sitting at the top of the table. It all kind of depends what Spicy Pasta was able to do in their other game, but 12 characters is suddenly the force to be reckoned with in the league right now, I think. And yeah, I mean, might be getting a bit boring, but you can go ahead and interview them.
Every time.
Yeah, well.
It's you guys.
Man,
You're your favorite. What can we say?
Hey, Llama.
Llama, I listened to the stream.
You what?
Cut out again.
Cuts out at the I'm not doing that on purpose. There's no.
Llama, I heard you being mean to McBoop.
Well, it's not like
Stop
he doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying he deserves it, but I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
Well, what I want to know is, do I still get a ring?
Does anybody get rings?
You're the owner. You can just assign yourself any season champion role you want.
Oh,
No one
that's
needs to know.
You're right.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. Plus, it's not that bad. I gave him full credit for the single game forfeit and then 3v2 win over 12 or over Axels and Allies. in your
Yeah,
previous
I earned
matchup.
that. I earned that. That's for sure.
So, yeah, but I don't know. There's really